Welcome to an impromptu live reaction. I just saw the Dr. Stone trailer went up yesterday, and I thought I'd give my first impressions of it because it seems like it's going to be a really popular show based on how popular the manga was in Shonen Jump. So I thought I'd get a head start on it and just talk about what I think about the trailer. I know the basic premise. We'll kind of go into that as the show starts, but really I think it's one of those new age shonen shows that really is more smart than it has any right to be, and that's why people like it. Not to mention, of course, endearing characters as always. We haven't seen the art style yet. I'll be curious to see what the art style is like, because there have been some shows with interesting art styles that maybe didn't pan out to what I expected them to be. And of course, CG is everywhere now, so depending on how good the use of CG is or is not, we could learn a lot about how the show eventually turns out to be. So without further ado, let's watch the trailer. Yeah, so the basic premise of this show is that everyone just turned into stone one day. And this guy turns back into a human. Okay, let's talk about this character design. So this guy is supposed to be like this scientist guy who rediscovers the technology that has been lost to the world, as you can tell from him having E equals MC squared written on his lapel. But just looking at his face, he looks like such an edgelord that it makes it hard for me to believe that. Like, I'm all for, subverting tropes of smart characters not having glasses and being timid and whatnot. Clearly, this guy does not have glasses and is not timid. In fact, he looks like a demon child. But other than that, he has sticks in hand, and it just seems like it's going to be interesting to see how he comes off, because there is a chance that he could come off like the dude from Black Clover and just be extremely annoying, or he could be like an actual insightful character, which I would like to see him as too. And his whole mission is that he's trying to turn the world back from being all stone, and he's alone. He's like the only person. It's a weird like premise for a shonen show, not usual at all. Let's keep watching. Okay, and there's this guy. This guy's like the other guy who wants to just like destroy people, I'm guessing. I don't actually know what this guy does. It'd be interesting. Let me just note really quick. It seems like there's a lot of CG being used in this. All the stone models seem to be CG, as well as this dude's teeth, for some reason, look weirdly CG to me. The art style kind of reminds me of, or the way the characters move kind of reminds me of Knights of Sidonia, that Netflix show that looked kind of strange and not very smooth. I'd be interested to see what else we see in this trailer. Oh, and the subdivision of importance is like the dude with the weird hair is the smart guy, and the other guy is the bronze that helps him do it. The whole thing is they're trying to rediscover technology as people wake up from stone to try to bring back civilization to the way that it was, which is an interesting premise to me. The world seems very like overgrown and wild, which I like to see. That's an interesting setting. There have been some shows that try to utilize that, but they didn't really have the most success with that. I'd be interested to see how this works, because there is a lot of manga to build off of the world. Yeah, so let's see who this is. Oh, now I remember. This guy's like the wilderness expert. He wants like a full anarchic society that just kind of exists without civilization or technology. He's like a Luddite basically, and he's working against them. Now, if you sold me a shonen like 15 years ago based on the premise that one group was trying to make technology from nothing and the other group was trying to destroy technology, and they were all existing in a world that's completely wild, I would have been like, that's never going to sell. work on something else. But for some reason, this has really picked up with the young audience of Shonen Jump. So it's good to see that, you know, people are accepting of new ideas these days. And this is probably one of the more unique shonen premises that I've seen in the past who knows how long. It'd be really interesting to see how they play off of this. I think this like dichotomy or this disperse between the two central characters, like one side being completely wilderness oriented and the other side using technology to solve their problems, is going to be really interesting, especially because I'm assuming, because it's an anime, that the dudes on the wilderness side are going to have some kind of like insane primal power to, you know, substitute the fact that they don't have any technology. An interesting combination, to say the least. The art in this shot looks really good, but backgrounds are kind of like just good all over these days because they're much easier to use because of the way that shows are animated, because of 3D. I'd be interested to see what the animations are like, because Kimetsu no Yaiba this season, I was really impressed with the animation the first couple of episodes, and then it kind of fell off, both plot and animation-wise later on. So it'd be interesting to see how they do this show. I'm assuming it's going to be a 2-cour show because it's a very successful manga property that they're adapting to anime. I think like 2 years ago it reached the peak success, and it just kept going since then. So this is a very timely adaptation. So I'm assuming that there's going to be a lot of budget behind this. Let's keep watching.
君もそうは思わないか、セン君。全然1ミリも思わねえな。科学の力で人類全員漏れなく助けてやるよ。そそるぜ。
Yeah, that was a weirdly on the nose trailer. I guess if you've never read the manga before, you wouldn't know. I would have thought they would have shown more action, but maybe there isn't that much action to show. It's good that they don't try to sell the show based on something that doesn't happen a lot. And if we're going to be mostly talking with the characters and learning explanations about how they made this particular technology from nothing, that would be more interesting to me than watching two dudes beat each other up. Super hyped for this show. I'm interested to see how they'll deal with it, because the manga is super successful, but that doesn't necessarily mean the anime has to be good. The music, we didn't get to see much of that. The art looks fine. It's going to be on Crunchyroll, I guess, so watch it on that. And stay tuned for what I assume I'll be doing a reaction to this when it comes out in July. So the summer season is fast approaching. I'm probably going to do a preview show at some point for all the shows in the summer that I'm going to look at. So stay tuned for that. That's it for this, though. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next week.